Check your Discord DMs. I sent you a new video we need to watch real quick.
Okay.
Something I wanted to do anyway.
So we're done with the 57 NR one then?
It's like an hour and fucking 32 minutes, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is better as a whole.
Well, okay. I was a little worried by that.
We're
getting through it.
I promise you will like this. Right? Legit. I promise you will like this shit.
What, me or Ad Hoc?
You.
Well, dude, you sent me that book, The America, the Economic Superpower. We have the same interests. We've just drawn slightly different conclusions. I like you as a person. Goddamn, we disagree sometimes. I don't have a problem with you.
I got you. I get frustrated by the chat sometimes. That's why I don't do live streams a lot. You know what I mean? It's legit.
Metal.
We're going to add this as part.
All right.
Ready, Ad Hoc?
Okay, got it up. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Go ahead.
Well, look at the time. I'll try to keep this brief. After 28 years of peacock logos on much of what I own, it is my choice now to jump without a net into the great unknown, as I do for the first time in my 62 years. My biggest worry is for my country. The truth is, I'm not a liberal or a conservative. I'm an institutionalist. I believe in this place. And in my love of country, I yield to no one. But the darkness on the edge of town has spread to the main roads and highways and neighborhoods. It's now at the local bar and the bowling alley, at the school board and the grocery store. And it must be acknowledged and answered for. Grown men and women who swore an oath to our Constitution, elected by their constituents, possessing the kinds of college degrees I could only dream of, have decided to join the mob and become something they are not, while hoping we somehow forget who they were. They've decided to burn it all down with us inside. That should scare you to no end as much as it scares an aging volunteer fireman. To my coworkers, my love and thanks. And I say again, everyone I've worked with has made me better at what I do. To my family, love and thanks doesn't begin to cover it, but now I have the time to better express it. My friends know who they are. No one's been blessed with better friends. To the guests on this broadcast, as you heard the nice man say a few minutes ago,
all right, pause it up. Pause
about you. Otherwise,
shouting at clouds just said MSNBC is safe and effective. That is fucking hilarious.
Yo, I'm telling you, we're gonna meme these motherfuckers to death. But like, yo, bro.
So I watched this video with my wife yesterday, and she's like, "This guy's full of shit." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "This is like the third time he has resigned. Like he didn't draw as much attention to it the last couple times." But she's like, "He's resigned before." So she's not necessarily buying anything that he says. Like, is he right that there are people trying to destroy the country? Absolutely. But at this point, to deny it would destroy his credibility. Like, I saw
no.
He
doesn't understand.
Credibility crisis.
No. He doesn't understand. Like, legitimately, he doesn't get it.
No.
He doesn't understand as a whole. Like, he doesn't get the fact that, like, we're done. Like, yo, this bullshit neoliberal order is over, right? They don't understand why. They don't see it. They don't comprehend it. They have no clue. They're fucking lost. Hear him? Did you hear him? He didn't say he said he was an institutionalist.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga literally just said he's part of the cathedral. He said, I am fucking, like, this is what I'm about. When somebody tells you some shit, like, yo, when, like, fucking, like, yo, don't not believe them. You know what I mean? Like, when a motherfucker tells you what they are, believe that. That's what the fuck they are. You know what I mean? He's an institutionalist.
So if I were to describe myself in those terms, I would say I am an ardent anti-institutionalist by definition. But that's just on a moral, philosophical level.
Elephants have no knuckles either, Mike.
What?
How does Jacob not have a wrench in my chat?
The fuck? I'm sorry, wrench? What do you mean wrench?
Jacob didn't have a fucking wrench. I had to give him a fucking wrench.
I'm sorry, what's a wrench?
Everybody gets a wrench in my chat. So everybody's blue. So, like, you know, I can see all of them and no item.
Yeah, on the YouTube side of things, we're just watching this from the studio. But if we were to open this video up on YouTube where it's being streamed to Steel, everybody gets a wrench.
Oh,
Everyone
okay.
gets
See,
a fucking right.
I stopped. Yeah, I don't even. I like my wife and I. Like when I met her about 4 years ago, we would watch. Like we neither of us have watched TV for about a decade because it's cancer, along with everything else. Like especially Netflix, that's cancer. Hulu is cancer. And over the course of the past 2 years, I have taken great pains to extricate YouTube from every part of my life. Like if I can find it on any other place, I'm not watching YouTube. They can kiss my ass. So I don't know a whole lot about how live streaming works on YouTube. Sorry.
Yo, Jacob, I feel where you are, man. I'm back. Like, see, you said we were back, bitches. Like, I was banned for like a fucking week, right? Legit, right? Like,
wait,
they
banned on
fucking.
YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what did
Tom,
you do?
Tom
What did
doing
you
something
do?
right.
It's like I've been banned from Facebook. Like telling me you've been banned, that's like an instant like credibility bonus. It's not a huge bonus, but I believe you more.
He didn't wait 2 minutes before mentioning the coof.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
What you mean? You mean the fucking cold that we've got going around that people are freaking out about with like
would you fucking
yeah.
the
The incredibly non-lethal one that they're still testing for and is apparently mutated into a new variant.
Oh yeah.
Yo, look, man, I'm out here winning hearts and minds. You know what I'm saying? Legit. Like, yo, Full Metal Joker, what up, my brother? Nice to see you. Right. But like legitimately, like, yo, he's an institutionalist. Right. That fucking phrase hit me in the face. I was like, he's an institutionalist.
Sound like he was trying to distance himself from the shit he's had to say over the years.
Yo, well, first off,
I'm not part of them. I'm an institutionalist.
Yeah, I believe in the system, not the people trying to bring the system down, even though the system was, the system is what led to this.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he's an institutionalist, right? Like, he wants to be part of like he's part of the government. He's literally telling you right now, he's part of the government. Like, he sees himself as part of the government. He sees himself as part of the system, right? He doesn't see himself as, you know what I'm saying, like a working individual or as an individual. Like, he literally sees himself as a fucking extension of the state. And that's important to understand. That's how the media looks at themselves.
I agree. There was a Senate hearing it was either late 50s or the 60s, where they basically pulled a CIA director in front of the Senate and the Congress, and they asked them, they're like, "Is it true that the CIA has control over the mainstream media in Hollywood?" He's like, "No, no, no." And it's like, it says here that you have plants in Hollywood and in mainstream media. He's like, no, they're just there for security to make sure that no one says anything that will put our nation at stake. And it's like, well, how much power do they have? He's like, well, they have power that's given to them by us, but we would never use it unless, the country was at stake. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay. So there, if you want any more proof that our media has been controlled for a long time by the shadowy cabal that controls the CIA, there you go.
I'm like, yo, I'm an institutionalist. Like, that phrase right there. Like, yo, what type of man would admit that?
One who is a constitutionalist, I guess.
No. He didn't say constitutionalist. He said institutionalist.
Sorry, I said institutionalist. Sorry, I meant to say that.
Like, yo, who would say that?
The guy sounds like somebody who's guilty and trying to separate themselves from all the shit they feel they've been forced to say, so they know that when they go back home and they're no longer protected by the giant conglomerate that is the city, and they're out there in the rural areas living the slow life.
Well, how old is this guy? Like, he's been working for them for a very long time. He has to do something to distance himself from all the things he's done.
How can you be an institutionalist and be a news anchor?
Well, they're literally like actors, Tom. They're just paid to stand there in front of a screen, look pretty, and read stuff off to you that you jerk off to out of fear porn.
Well, see, the thing is, I believe they're all actors. From the politician, like Hollywood is of course actors, but most of the mainstream science personalities are actors. The news is all actors. They're all actors. They're really good at this. Some of them are really bad at acting, but they're still actors.
Dude, that phrase in general just fucked me up. right? Because like I have like, dude, yeah, I'm with Lavish.
I can tell you can't stop talking about it, and it's kind of funny. You just sitting there like I can't believe it.
Something I've been wanting to cover. Like I'm gonna cut this part of the stream up, put it up by itself, right? But like, like the news is supposed to be a check on power. How can you be a check on power if you're part of power?
I mean, that was the point of journalism and freedom of the press in the first place.
Well, I mean that's what they told us. But I don't
no, Lavish Patch. He's talking about he's part of the U.S. Like he's part of the government. He's saying he is part of the system. He's not saying he's a corporatist, right? Like Lavish Patch, and I'll be real, like bro, like the merchant class is, you know what I'm saying, liberalism is. You know what I mean? The whole society is basically corporatist. So like that's kind of like, you know what I mean, saying that like water's wet, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. You know what I mean? Like it's like, yeah, like no, like
water
legit,
is
no.
wet.
Yeah, water's wet, bro. Right? Like fuck that nonsense, bro. He literally just said he is part of the fucking system. Like
so if I throw this on the ground, does this mean I'm not part of the system? Because I'm going to throw it on the ground. I'm an adult.
Yo, Jacob, good look for coming back here, man. It's appreciated, my brother. Right? But like, real shit, like that shit. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, I don't get it. Like, how would you say that and still maintain any type of credibility for anything the news has done?
You don't. Like I saw a video a while ago. Someone said someone was panicking, or at least they were trying to push the idea that they're panicking. They're like, we're in the midst of a credibility crisis. No one trusts what they're told anymore. And I'm like, duh. You've lied for so many fucking years. Only an idiot would trust what you tell them.
It's like, do you watch your own show on the TiVo when you get home?
I know. So like, again, I've never been big into the news. I've always watched a lot of news clips, but these people all look the same to me. I know what they say, but I don't care to memorize their names. But again, my wife is not on this show, but she's like, he's the same as all those. She's like, that guy's the same as all these other fucking news anchors. They go up there and they lie. And then when they retire, they're like, oh, I didn't mean it. I was forced to say that. This is a bad thing.
Reminds me of that collage.
I'm not sure why they're even alive to preserve their credibility that well. Like one would think that if the system was like mechanical or like, like reptile logic in nature, they would just be sacrificed. But I'm not really sure why they're doing what they're doing. But yeah.
No, it's because they're all owned by like the same 5 corporations. Reminds me of this collage that people took of like a bunch of the local channels and put them all side by side. And they were all saying the same thing in chorus in concert about threat to democracy. I swore I was looking at some kind of hypnotism brainwashing thing. And I'm like, is this supposed to be a meme or is this something else entirely?
That is the most famous one they've done, but I've seen collages like that all the time. Like when the George Floyd thing happened, they did it. Everyone was saying the same thing. When they started a fucking campaign against vaping, everyone is like, oh, popcorn lung, toxoplasmosis, all this garbage. They all say the same thing, but most people don't watch
the exact thing.
Most people don't watch more than 1 or 2 news stations.
I mean, it's the exact same thing.
I've seen
word for word.
They just had. Yeah, they had like advertisements that were like put up as news stories, and literally like I've seen them as like, oh, do you have a birthday coming up here soon or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And like they all say the same exact words over and over and over again. Like that shit happens, right? But like this one here is just fucking fascinating to me, right? As a whole, just it's blatantly fucking just insane that the person who has been in media forever, right? You know what I mean? Like, like this Brian Williams has been around since like the fucking 80s and shit, right?
Was that his name? Brian Williams? I didn't know.
Brian Williams, yeah. Fucking like he has sat here and said, I'm an institutionalist. I believe in this place. I believe in this country, right? And like that's like saying, like fucking when you read the Constitution, I mean, like fucking, shall not be fucking abridged. Like like it's that simple, right? Like, dude, legitimately, he fucking sat here and said that, like, he is part of the American governmental fucking structure. Like he said, I believe in these institutions. Like, bruh, like you're not allowed to be that way as a news person. You can't be rooting for the people that you're supposed to keep in check.
Do you think that within the same hour that he did that there was some newscaster on the same channel who said, "We are impartial seekers of the truth, and we will always seek to give you the best information"? I bet it happened. That's exactly what they do.
Like, yeah, like, yo, what I mean? Like, you're like, we do hard hitting journalism here. We get it first or whatever. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Like, you can't. Right?
No, like, your fucking journalism is as hard hitting as like a 3-year-old girl with pom poms taking a swing at your leg. Like, no, it's also blunted. It's also fucking fake and gay, for Christ's sake.
It's just, I don't, like, man, that one there, like, legitimately, if motherfuckers don't believe in the cathedral after that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? As a whole, like, it just, if you're still watching the news, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're still like believing what these fucking people tell you, I don't know what to do at that point. You know what I mean? Like, after some shit like that, like, fuck out of here. Like, yo, man, listen, the government just a show. And like, yo, Lavish Patch, like, the media is literally just a show. Like, bruh, like, I've never seen them just come out and flat say it like that, ever. I've never seen them come out and just go, yeah, we are the government. Like, I've seen them bring on CIA and FBI and try to argue for their points. And, I mean, that's whatever. I mean, like, that's them. Like, I understand completely, like, they're owned. And I get it that they're part of the government. But I've never heard them just admit it. Like, just on Front Street go, like, yeah, we're part of the government. We're part of the structure of this fucking country. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, what do you say to some motherfuckers like that?
It feels weird to be vindicated. Like, that there are things I've suspected for many years, but to just hear it outright, if not admitted by the people who are responsible for it, but to hear it admitted by people who. There's a fucking dog attack going on next door. I might have to go check on my neighbors. Anyway, but yeah, I'm getting real tired of being right. Honestly, I wish I was wrong more often.
Like, it's fucking crazy, right?
It is.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, like him to just come out and fucking say it.
Like, we have proof that the news is co-opted by the government. We have proof that the president is nothing but a puppet to corporate interests and shadowy power groups. And we know that the medical industry is garbage. Like, the entire world is falling apart. This is what they meant by credibility crisis. Nobody has the public's trust. And they're scrambling, or at least they're pretending to scramble to get our faith back. Or they don't care. It's one or the two, and neither is good for us.
Yeah,
I'll be right back. I gotta check this out.
Yeah, I feel like what you gotta do. Like, ad hoc, man. Like, bro.
Hello,
like,
yes.
Tell me that's not fucking insane, though.
What is insane? That everything is all kind of wrapped up in one big decentralized church? I mean, it's practically a religion at this point. Yes, it's fucking crazy. I mean,
like,
I find
I'm not the only one.
What I find really weird is this kind of thing where they seem to be hastening the decline. Like, do they really want this whole thing to come crumbling down? Because we know the New World Order is kind of what they're building to. They're trying to build up a world where they're on top and they're the new aristocracy. And, we're nothing. Or do they want to keep what they have going? Because what they have going, it's a damn good ride from where they're sitting.
All right, listen, my neighbor's not home and his dog is inside. He's going fucking nuts. I'm going to do a walk around because something might be going on.
Do what you got to do. I'm going to end this bitch here in like 5 minutes anyway.
You take care of business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Swear to God, if you're breaking into my neighbor's house, I'm gonna fucking shoot your dumb ass.
Like, I'm not in West Virginia, right? Anyway, right? Like, you know, I mean, like, I get what you're saying about, like, it's a good ride for them, right? But, like, on the same point, it's just, I think what's going on is that they're trying to get motherfuckers to back the government as a whole, right? And that's really what the news has been trying to do for the past, you know, fucking, I don't know.
I would say since 2008, when they were trying to get everybody on board with the Obama administration. Hey, we have the first black president. Look how forward and progressive we are. And everyone kind of stared at it for the moment and then judged his presidency. And we're like, did we really let this happen? And then, of course, there are the zealots that kind of came in and be like, oh, no, that, you know, you can't say anything bad about it because it's holy. I'm sitting here like, bitch, I will fucking criticize whatever the hell I damn well please. I will dokie my dokie as much as I dokie damn well please.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like fucking it's strange to me as a whole. Like that one there, well, I was like, wow, like just openly admitting it. You know what I mean? That's
you still can't get over that fact. I think you just need to make a separate video on that alone.
That's what I'm doing right now. I'm making a video at the moment on this. All right, that's what we're doing. Right? Just I don't like because it's so unexpected. You know what I'm saying?
Unexpected, right? Blep is unexpected.
It's unexpected of these motherfuckers to stand here and just go, you know, like, yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like, you got to remember, we're part of the corporate structure. We're part of the fucking governmental structure. We're part of America, right? And like. It's just when you're standing here and you're going like, wow, like, bruh, like I would have never guessed that you would have just fucking owned that for the moment. It's like, yeah, it's like a broad admitting she cheated on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's so rare to hear. You know, it's a fucking weird thing. Yeah, it's a weird flex. It really is. It's a strange thing because, like, I'm just in my brain. I have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, what to say about this? Because, like, we knew it. But like even once you hear it, it breaks your brain where you go, man, I don't know what to make of this. You know what I mean? Like you're just like you know what I feel like? Yo, I feel like that Cal Naughton Jr. in fucking Talladega Nights, right? Where like Ricky Bobby apologizes to him, right? And he just goes, man, listen, I don't know what the fuck your play is, right? So I'm just gonna keep acting tough until I figure it out, right? And then he's driving around, he's like, there's a problem. My brain is a pretzel. There's a pretzel in my brain right now, right?
Unexpected, Blep is unexpected.
What the fuck is this? I can't see it, nigga. Like I don't know what to do with my hands right now, right? Like I'm just, you know what I mean? Like shake and bake, nigga. You know what I mean? That's my mentality at the moment. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, yo, why would you, like, yo, if I slept with your wife, you know what I'm saying? Why would you?
The fuck are you doing sleeping with my wife in the first place? Them's fighting words, boy. Come over here.
Did you not see Talladega Nights?
I did see Talladega Nights. Yes, I know what you're referencing. It's fucking hilarious.
I didn't get red pilled. You know what I mean? But it's like, bro, like
I'm on fire. I'm on fire. You're not on fire, Ricky Bobby. I'm on fire. Help me, Jesus. Help me, anybody. Help me, baby. Jesus, help me, Tom Cruise.
I saved my friend from the invisible fire, right?
Huh. I don't know. Both doors are locked. I can't see any disturbance outside. Maybe the dog's just going nuts in there.
Probably hears something you can't, and that's what's setting him off.
Maybe he saw a squirrel on the fucking.
Well, no, but the dog is in the kennel in the house. They got like a big Great Dane. And it's a very like tame dog, but they have an issue with barking sometimes. My cat was like fucking around outside, but the dog is inside. Like the cat is pretty silent, so I don't know. I did a walk around, so I have done that. I see anyone
like Lavage Patch. Like I feel like Lavage Patch. I feel where you're at, right? I do. I feel you, my nigga, right? I get your mentality, but for me, you know what I mean. Like this is something we got to watch. You know, what I mean, when we start hearing the word institutionalist thrown around, you know, maybe you know, what I mean, that'll be a thing. Maybe it'll be a new meme on the fucking news. I don't know, but it just I don't like. Why would you admit that? You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's like the news admitting, like, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like a CIA motherfucking pays us to run stories. You'd be like, oh, wait, what? You're admitting that now. Like, and then like the weird thing is nobody else like looked at this the same way I did and went, the fuck did this nigga just say? You know what I mean? Like, why isn't everybody going like, yo, why did you say this? You know what I mean?
Because people don't listen. Like the idea, like when most people watch, like you can look around on Twitter, you can watch news, and you'll be led to believe that most people are bumbling morons. I've yet to meet one person on the street who doesn't suspect some serious fuckery in terms of the election, coronavirus, everything. Like people are asking questions, but the people who are asking questions, like the revolution will not be televised. Like the people who question stuff, their voices aren't being amplified. It's only the institutionalists who are even allowed to speak. So many people are asking questions, I believe, or at least I hope, but you'll never hear about it on mainstream stuff because they're institutionalists.
Well, they are asking questions, and the number is rising up. The thing is, however, is that the media is spinning it in a way that makes those who ask questions terrorists. I mean, if you look at what's going on right now, especially in regards to CRT in schools, you've got a lot of parents, and COVID kind of helped along this, that you had the parents, for once, actively looking over their kids' shoulders and seeing what the kids were learning. They took one look at this CRT stuff, and they said, no. So they went to the school boards, they started making a racket, and now you've got the news media cycle calling them terrorists. I mean, there's even some stories out there where they called in the sheriff's department, and the school board ran like cowards and had the sheriff's department come in and disperse the group.
Yeah, man, I know about all this stuff, right? Like, I get that, right? That's normal. Like, I know what the news does, right? But like, just to watch them admit it blatantly on air in like a speech like this, right? Real shit. My brain goes like, you know damn well we're going to use this against you, right? You know damn well that we're going to take this and go like, yo, we can't trust you. You're an institutionalist. You're never going to hold these assholes' feet to the flames. Right. So therefore, like, you have just broken the entire agreement we had with you. Why would you do that? Right? Like that nigga Brian Williams is dumb too. Like I know he's fucking retarded, like 100%. Right? Like I know he's stupid in general. Like that guy, like he tried to pretend like he was getting shot at in fucking Baghdad or whatever it was, and then to find out like he was literally in like a hotel drinking a fucking martini drink while he was giving them all fucking the report or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we all like we heard about what he did, and he got caught for that once. Like I know he's dumb, but it's just I don't know. I don't fucking know.